Hello everyone, Callie here. Today I am reading Mistel by Cybertron, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Defense on Fanfiction.net. I'm also going to be playing some music, so it helps. Well, let's get started then. I hate ads. Sands and Papyrus of Snowdon Town were proud to say that they were the only skeletal monsters that lived in the area. They were the first monsters you'd expect to be involved in anything strange because, to the monsters of Snowdon, they could sometimes be the epitome of strange. Papyrus aspired to be a member of the Underground's Royal Guard, which hunted the humans that fell underground and protected the king. He was a tall, thin-framed skeleton that almost always had his long red scarf wrapped around his neck. Sans was short and big-boned and was always wearing his blue hoodie. One fateful day, Sans was walking through the forest just outside of Snowdon. He had just gone into the doorway, the only way into and out of the ruins, when he heard the sound of bones rattling. Cautiously, Sans looked through the doorway to see a little skeleton sitting under one of the few places that natural sunlight actually came through. Apparently, the skeleton saw him because they curled in on themselves, their right eye glowing green and their left glowing blue. Making sure to... That's just an O. Oh well. Making sure to make his voice as soothing as possible, Sans took a step forward. Hey, easy. Are you okay? 'Cause, to be honest, you look a little rattled. A little giggle escaped from the little skeleton, but they were still on edge. They lifted their skull slightly as bright colors in their eye sockets died down to just thin white pinpricks. A small crack was visible in the center of their forehead, as though they had fallen head first. I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise. Pinky promise? The skeleton, whose childish voice was unmistakably male, asked, cautiously holding out his pinky. Sans' eye sockets widened for a split second before going back to their usual state. He slowly made his way closer to the young skeleton and left his left hand's pinky extended. Pinky promise. 6 years later. Mistral? I cannot speak. Mistral was sprawled across the couch, staring vacantly at the ceiling. With a sigh, he held his hand over his head. 2 dots of light that served as the skeleton's pupils darted from bone to bone as he attempted to mentally review them. Sorry for the little delay there. Just itchy. That and it is currently 1:06 in the morning, as you guys can tell. Now, where was I? 2 dots of light that served as the skeleton's pupils darted from bone to bone as he attempted to mentally review them. He lost interest within seconds. The short skeleton sighed again as he got up and walked out the front door. Immediately, the wind hit him, forcing him to backpedal. You mean backstep? Oh well. Mistral forced the door to close before sighing once more. Guess I'm taking a shortcut, he grumbled. The skeleton focused on mentally summoning his magic. His eye sockets closed for a moment. When they reopened again, Mistral was standing at a sentry station filled with bottles of mustard, relish, and ketchup. Mistral's skull contorted into a frown. Why did his brother even try to sell hot dogs this far away from town? The only people that went out this far were those that on patrol. It just goes off at pat. Yeah. Go right on through. My bro made the bars too wide to stop anyone. Wow, can I speak? Mestrel's people shrank. He blah 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 blah. He dived behind the sentry station, hoping that he hadn't been spotted by his brother. Hey, Misty, what are you doing out there? Here, bah. Hesitantly, Mistral stuck back and let's go today. Mistral stuck his head up enough to see his brother and, what's that, Sans? He asked nervously. The older skeleton pulled a hand out of his blue hoodie's pocket to wave. He winked. Guess there's no way of getting out of this. You might want to hide. Pep's coming. Mistral ducked, not wanting to be lectured again, by Papyrus for being so far away from Snowden. Quick, behind that conveniently shaped lamp. Silence. Okay, I guess you don't have to. The sound of snow crunching under the feet of someone with a quick stride caused Mistral to crouch down more, not wanting to be spotted. Sans! Papyrus yelled. Have you found what? Have you found a human yet? Is that what that's supposed to say? Is that supposed to say, have you found a human yet? I'm pretty sure it is. Have you found a human yet? Yeah. Really? Wowee! Guess that's settled. Mistral blinked at the sudden silence. Did Papyrus seriously just... That worked out, huh? Sans asked. The young skeleton stood up and leaned on the sentry station side. Yeah. The human merely stood in place, staring straight at Sans. Unknown to those that couldn't read Sans' expression, i.e. everyone but Mistral and Papyrus, the grinning skeleton's look became forced. Are you just gonna stare at me, or... With a shrug, the human began to walk in the direction of Snowden. Before they got too far, Sans spoke again. Well, I'll be straightforward with you. My brother would like to see a human. And no, I'm not talking about you, Misty. Mistral's pupil lights pointed heavenwards. I hope you aren't, you numbskull. His smile was a little less forced than before, Sans continued. So, it'd really help me out if you kept pretending to be one. With that, Sans gestured for Mistral to follow and began walking in the direction of the door. The younger skeleton sent one last look at the human's way before bolting after Sans. Once they were out of the immediate area, Sans grabbed Mistral's arm and pulled them off the path. Mistral glared at his brother, unconsciously rubbing the sleeve of a dark green turtleneck. Do you really trust that human? Mistral spat the last word. Nope. I mean, I have a hard time reading love, and even I can see that human has already slaughtered countless innocents. Yep. I don't know about you, but there's no way in hell, language, that I'm letting that creature anywhere near Papyrus. No matter what we do, they'll get to Pap. We can't stop it from happening. Mistral's eyes narrowed. The bluish-purple hooded cloak that the younger skeleton almost always wore was pulled more tightly around the skeleton's thin body. And how do you know that? For a brief moment, the lime green strip that ran around the middle of this turtleneck was visible under its cloak, reminding Sans of how his world-worried brother was still only 10 years old. Sans sighed. Trust me, Misty. If I could, I would change it in a heartbeat. At risk of sounding like Papyrus, now isn't at the time, Sans. Mistral groaned as his right hand met his face. Facepalm! There's always time for puns. No need to get all misty-eyed on me. Mistral grimaced. I like it better if the universe was sans that pun. Hang on, let me read that sentence. Mistral grimaced. I'd like it better if the universe was sans that pun. That makes no sense. I don't get that. The two brothers shot puns back and forth, cheering each other up as they disappeared. Well, that's all the time I have for now. By the way, this is a Harry Potter Undertale crossover fanfiction, so if you'd like to check it out, just follow what I said at the beginning of the video, because I have no idea what I said there. And no, I'm not going back. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye!